Alright guys, how's it going? There's just a little how-to video I wanted to make regarding how to make the exhaust sound a little bit better on these stock DRZs. In this case I forgot to do a before video to show you what it looks like before, but most of you, if you have a stock exhaust, you're probably very familiar with the super tiny outlet on this stock muffler. So I'm going to show you how to make that outlet on the muffler a little bit bigger, and it actually does have a little bit of an influence on the sound now. It might even get better flow. On this particular bike I did a JD jet kit as well as the 3x3 mod that pretty much everyone does. So along with those, this little exhaust mod made a pretty big difference. I wanted to keep the bike still pretty quiet, but I don't know, just felt like I wanted to try this out, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. So let's start off and I will show you how the bike sounds now when it's all said and done. So not too bad. It's a little bit throatier now, as you may be able to tell. I know I don't have the best microphone, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so let's start off on how to pull off this end cap. On these DRZs it's super simple. You use a metric 5 Allen head on these 3 bolts and you just pull them off. That's all it is. It's really easy. Oh, and also this is what it now looks like on the back. I haven't run the bike much since I did it, so you can actually see I had nicked the inside a little bit. If you're more careful than I am, you should be able to end up with a really nice, clean looking exhaust port there. Alright, so now let's focus on how to actually do the work. So on the back of this guy is the spark arrestor, and without damaging this finish, it makes it fairly awkward to drill this out and mount it. So what I did is I had some of this MDF for this thin board laying around. So what I did is I drilled a hole in the middle and then used some self-tapping screws to mount this on the board and held the board in the vise here while I worked on drilling this out. In order to actually drill this hole here, what I did is I started off with a stepped drill bit. I think it goes up to 3/4, maybe 7/8 or so. And then I moved on to this gamut of large drill bits that I just happen to have lying around. The first one here is 7/8. Then in my case I moved up to a 29 32nd drill bit, just what I had. Then I moved up to a 1 inch here, then an 1.125", and the final hole was done with an 1.25". So the final one, you might actually be able to go just a little bit bigger. I wanted to mitigate the damage to the inside of this exhaust here, even though I did nick it a little bit. So I just decided to stay with the 1.25", and that did make a difference. The stock port in here actually goes in a little ways, and it creates a whole nother chamber here in the spark arrestor. So when that is removed, it gives it a little bit throatier sound. Not too much though. It sounds better idle and a little off idle. Pretty similar sound at full acceleration. Well, that's pretty much it. Simple mod. You just put this back on when you're done and enjoy your new sound.